Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Train Fever. Oh, we're going a little bit fast here, aren't we? Yes, okay, good, smashing. Right, so about 6 months has passed since you were last here, and we're out here at, I should have looked beforehand, Neston, watching the new Nest Bex service, which had to be jiggled around with a little in order to get working properly. Which is out on its way to Bexley, which is where our latest train was added in the last episode. As you can see, our bank balance is up to the point that we can look at expanding again. This is a good thing, and we've already got passengers waiting for our new line, which is also a good thing. I didn't check actually, but has our bus arrived out here in Lisgard? Yes, there it is. Bus is good to go. So, you know, we've got a bit of growth going on. We've got 15 passengers waiting there, and today we're heading out to Worksop. Now, I estimated in the last episode that this would cost about $1 million to accomplish. So I'm optimistic that I can get it done for that. Now, after Worksop, this route is heading out to Bishop Stortford. Or is it? Or is it coming? No, it's coming back to Guildford. You fool! You've evaluated this often enough that you should know where you're going. Okay, right. So, berating myself over and done with. Let's get this show on the road. First up, no. So, if you haven't watched last episode, don't worry. But the executive decision that was come to is that from here on in, we are building the full-size station that we need. Before, you know, first. That's our first objective. We're not going to build an interstitial single track station because it just costs too much to replace it. Why is this costing $500,000? I am displeased. Anyway, it's done now. Yeah, it's just too expensive to do it the other way. Mental reminder: we've left a gap in the road there that we'll need to fix. Anyway, enough of that. We're not worried about roads right now. We're worried about trains. This is a game about trains. We're going to deal with trains, damn it. Yeah, splendid. So we haven't yet double-tracked our first loop, largely because that would be expensive, and it would also be boring to watch. So what I'm hoping to do is get another kind of profitable system set up. In order to fund it so that I can basically double track the whole of the loop in one episode without having to sit around waiting for funding to kick in on a regular basis. I'm going to pull you out this way a little. Okay, does that do anything horrible? No. Okay. Why, I hear you cry, would you pull that one out a little? Well, my friend, I respond to you in kind. It's simply to ensure that we can get round with one gentle curve and we don't have to swan neck. I'll show you. This thing's going to swan neck. Here we go. Oh, no, we managed to get round in one. Okay, for 300 grand. And how does that look? Was that actually all on the same inclination? Got a bit of a rise, bit of a cut into the station. That's acceptable, and especially for 300 grand, that's okay. Of course, it would have been nice if I'd actually connected it up to the track. Thanks for that. Okay. Oh, yeah, and it won't let me delete a small part of it. Okay, another pro tip for you. You want to delete a small part of the track? Make some points. Ta-da. There you are. See, pro tips. Stuff I have learned by getting it wrong, so you didn't have to get it wrong. The only downside is when you delete points, you have to then delete the kind of main line that's attached to. So, as before, we're going to double track this section now to prevent the AI from raining on our parade too heavily. Let's go out as far as there. And I separated the road, so actually I should undo that. Let's bang in a bit of road here. I tend to go for medium streets as my default these days. It's a little bit more expensive, but the upshot is that you've built streets that your traffic can actually pass down at a relatively decent lick later on. It's tempting just to use small streets for everything, because obviously, you know, we don't particularly care about how fast traffic moves, unless, of course, you know, it could be tempting if I really wanted to cause myself pain to do a nothing but road traffic playthrough of Train Fever at some point. But honestly, that's not the most fun that you're going to have. Hey, what do you know? We've finished. All right, cool. Let's put up some signals. We finished and we've still got cash in the bank. Have you just connected that to the wrong side of the station? No, you haven't. All right, ace. When we do double track all the way around, there will inevitably be some reconstruction required. But for the moment, we can just settle with what we've got. Right, okay, where are we here? We're in workshop, so this is going to be lisk work. Right. New line, please. So we're doing exactly the same method that we did with the original loop. We're going to go no. We're going to, you know, build up point-to-point services all along the way to get people used to the notion of travelling by train, and then later on we'll lisk work. That sounds like an album of some description. Anyway, there we go. Right, we're now just waiting for the cash to put a train on it. Actually, in the interim period, let's adjust workshop of the road route. Right, here we go. So we've got the Grove here, and I think the Grove might not make the transition. Let's pause. Pausing tends to make the game a little happier when you're doing this kind of thing. Right, we'll put one on here, and one on the corner, and one just outside the station, and then one just there. Alright, good. So the Grove, regrettably, we don't stop there anymore. We do, however, after Richmond Road, we stop wherever this is, which is also Grove Road, and that one, and this one, and that one, and then everybody's happy again. Hooray for you, get back to work. Splendid. And then we'll delete the bus stop here. Not necessary to delete the bus stop, I'm just fussy like that. In fact, I imagine there's probably a running cost associated with having those stops exist in the first place. And if there isn't, well, there would have been if I'd have designed the game. Alright, groovy. What should we do now? Let's try and get a train running down it. And as proved out in the last episode, the train will cost me about 1.55, 1.6 million, something like that. So as soon as we've got that, we'll pause and make the purchase. There we go, 153. Let's try it. Anyway, quick look at the finances before I press on. Where are we? Income. Last year, 14.4 million. Get in. That's a handsome amount of cash right there. So it's good to see that our money is actually going in the right direction. That's a great place to start. Right, buy one of those, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just enough cash, and then we'll set that on lisk work. There we go. Right, any more for any more? Waiting for a free path. It shouldn't be waiting for a free path. Oh, I haven't got a release signal. Okay. Well, we're going to need signalling here anyway, so let's put one there, which of course is entirely redundant because it's on the wrong side. There you go, let's put it there. Was that enough for you? Does that make you happy? Yes, that makes you happy. Alright, grand. And then, obviously, nope, I've already got a signal in there. Brilliant. Yet another new service running. And still time in hand to do more this episode. Fun. Okay, well, we're not a million miles away off completing this loop, are we? Because if we're thinking, okay, so we've come out of Maryhill, predictably. Maryhill, Neston, Bexley, Lixgard, Worksop, all connected. And then we're going to go to Guildford, which is a bit of a, handbrake turn around the corner there. And we either go back through Loftus, which comes with problems of its own. It really does come with problems. Nothing points can't handle. But I might want to give that some more consideration. Or we go from Guildford out to Neston, but that leaves this... It's not a natural route. From Guildford, we're going to be better off coming back through Loftus. Well, that's excitement, isn't it? I mean, obviously, we've got to connect Guildford first. And to be honest, I think I'm going to connect on this side. And then we'll do a Loftus, Guildford, outer Guildford to Bishop Stortford, Eastwood, back through Loftus. That's... yeah. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not sure about that. Why are we... Where's all my money gone? Okay, right. So, instead of just looking at, you know, all of the icons in the known world, how are we doing back here at the station? So we've got Mary Nest waiting to pick up. Man, 38 running out to Mary Loftus. That's okay. And on the other side, we've got the Bromyard Loop waiting for plenty and Mary Clay waiting for plenty. And that's also fine. And we've actually got buses running now to bring people out to this side of the town, which is growing up on the other side very nicely indeed. I ought to build out through here, though, because I'm not... I mean, as much as I've blocked this road in and that one, I'd actually quite like those to grow, but not until I hit the point where I'm ready for them to grow. Thank you very much. And that's going to involve some... Actually, that's going to be stupidly expensive. I think we're looking at 15 million to expand this station out in the direction we need it to go. Yikes. Okay, right. Let's build a bit more track. Let's get out from somewhere to somewhere else. Yes, let's go from Worksop to Guildford, because that's also flat. No, it's not. We're going to go over through there, aren't we? Actually, you know, this is going to be a fair... no, it's not. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right, so we've got some enterprising individuals banging up a bit of road here. We need to put a stop to that. There's enough space. Trust me, you've got enough space. There we go. Have that, and then we'll get rid of this bit and that bit. Oh. All right, well, whatever. No, I want it kind of diagonal-ish, although that will do. 119,000, what a rip. Let's get the station in before it decides to go. Oh, lovely, you've built us somewhere to place more houses. How simply splendid of you. There we go, bang that in there. Of course, that's working on the assumption I hadn't already got a station in Guildford. I need to check. There are some of the smaller towns that have their own services running. And the last thing I want to do is you know, double my expenditure in such cases. Right. Bit of AI build prevention. And actually, what I do want to do there, typical, isn't it? Is actually I want a bit of road going the other side straight away, so that the AI can figure out how to build both sides of the station, which is a good way to kind of maximise your number of passengers, is to encourage your towns to build out in a particular direction, rather than kind of constraining them to one side of the station, which will happen if you've built up a track that basically, you know, cuts off city limits. Which way is kind of the most direct route? We're going to want to get to the other side of that, aren't we? So we're going to want to go something like that. Yeah, I reckon. Okay, right. Well, I don't want to build an ugly humpback bit of road like that, do I? That's not something that's in my... Oh dear, someone's deleted your road. Oh, I can't tell you how much this mod makes life more worth living. Okay, right. Well, what I'll probably do here then is build some glamorous, maybe even laborious underground road system. You cannot possibly have crashed on me. You haven't crashed on me, because the clock's still ticking. So why did you act like you had? You did it just to wind me up. Oh, terrific. All right, well, we have to go out this side first then, I suppose. All right, fine. Yeah, kill this road. Bend it round the corner just a little. Obviously, take the other side with us. And then we'll see if this is going to play ball if I put a bit of highway in here. Just a smidge more. Yep, exactly like that. Thank you very much. Good. Then connect it back up again. As mentioned before, you know, as much as these roads are an inconvenience to get across, actually being able to just relay them very simply like that makes life so much easier. We could run that down in parallel to the line, couldn't we? Or we could go underneath it. Underneath's just going to look ugly at this range, so I'm just going to make it go the long way. There we go. Connect up to there. How much do you want? 45 grand. Yeah, all right. You can have it. Have fun. All right, cool. So that's the station done. We now just need to connect this station to the previous one. So let's price up the direct line, shall we? We probably won't be able to do it in one because we've got bits of road in the way and what have you, but we're looking at $1 million. There are more unreasonable prices that I have seen, and that's $1 million including about 800 miles of bridge in the middle. Well, I'm not paying for that. Alright, so we know that if I can get this done for under $1 million, then I'm not an idiot. So off we go. Okay, that got expensive in a hurry. Where are we aiming for? We're aiming for there-ish. Let's take it as far as here. How much groundwork are you putting in there? Virtually none. Sold. Okay, then I mean, this is the complex bit, is what are we going to do here? Now the game is suggesting a bridge, obviously, because the game is obsessed with bridges. And actually, that's not a bad place for a bridge. In a visual sense, in a would the tourists like to ride on that kind of a way. Okay, we'll stick with that. That's okay. I can. A shortish tunnel. This is going to come in at more than $1 million, but a shortish tunnel is also quite pleasant. You know what? We'll have it. You know, I kind of like it. Let's go as far as there, and then what are we talking about? Do we go across the road and then connect, or do we connect? Hold on, well, let's see what we're looking at to finish this off. 300k, effectively. And that's a cut that isn't going to work underneath the road, so we're going to need to rethink that. Okay, if we just went across the road here, maybe encouraging an ever so slight upward slope. No? Well, that's no good. Of course, we haven't got the money at the moment anyway, but I'm sure a train will arrive into the station now. No? Momentarily, a train will arrive into a station, thank you, and allow me to continue my track building odyssey. Assuming I just deleted the right bit there. Yeah, that's a sensible bit to remove. Let's go as far as there. And you might think, well, why aren't you just going to relay the track immediately? What's your caper? My plan here was to simply wait for a slightly flatter bit of terrain and then road accordingly. So like that, and then we'll cross that in a kind of a perpendicular fashion. once again, don't have the cash. And this is going to be the story of the game for a little while to come, is don't have the cash. And I'm hoping, this is partly why I'm putting all these point-to-point services together, is so that they can actually start making the sort of money that we were doing before I completed the loop on the other track. And which one? I am running out the left side here, aren't I? Yeah, okay, good. Take it before the money disappears. Yeah, so the hope is actually pause. Thank you. I have a plan, and it's a good plan. What was I talking about? Yes, yeah. So we'll use these point-to-point services to keep our bank account happy and furnished while we complete double tracking the other loop. And actually, I think I'll complete the other side of the loop as well, which is something I have alluded to in the past, but have not actually demonstrated yet. Right, so Workshop Guildford. Let's go guild work. Nice. And then, to save me building another depot, you're going to like this. You're equally going to question why I'm doing it, but he's only got one passenger anyway, so like I care. Let's... no, I don't want that. I want the train itself, please. Line. Yes, guild work. There we go. Set line. Off you go. But why would you do this? Well, it's very obvious why I would do this, but I'll spell it out for you anyway. It's basically so that I don't need to build another depot. I can basically build the train I need back at Lisgard, stick it straight on the route, and there's no complicated, overtaking, passing kind of arrangement that needs to be made. I know, cunning, like a fox. Alright, so now we're just waiting for the inevitable $1.5 million required in order to buy a new train. Good lord, they cost a lot of cash, don't they? What's going on here? Bexlisk has got lots of people waiting for it. That's nice. Where are the buses in this town? Are they hiding? There's one. I thought I dispatched another one to come here. Oh, there it is. Okay, all right. 1.2 million. Let's prep ourselves here. And the reason, of course, that I'm not just going to buy the train first and then hit pause, and then buy the coaches later is because you start paying 2, 3, 4, 5 for the train before you've actually started it running. We don't want Bexlisk, we want Work Bisque, or Bisque Work? Lisk Work, there we go. Waiting for a free path. You're always waiting for a free path. Where's the train? Train's not even in yet. Go on, man, put your foot down. Chance it. You only live once. Make it happen. Get in that station, pick up some passengers and get back out again before the other fella turns up. You will not be sorry. There you go. Looks like he's making a play for it. Excellent. Okay, good stuff. Let's have a quick review while we're waiting for this. Let's get ourselves a handsome trackside camera set up here for when it comes past again. But in the meantime, let's do a quick review of how much have we got going on in the cities. Now, Maryport, by the looks of it, 5, 6, 7, growing very nicely indeed. Lisgard is no longer bottom of the heap. Skelton in Cleveland, which I suspect is, well, in fact I know is in one of the corners. That's kind of tiddly. But, plenty of places we've heard of here, mostly the places connecting to Maryport, so that's not unexpected. What should we do next? Let's have a look at our finances. How did we end up last year? We ended up 14.7, so up on the previous record, which is also very good news. Finally, to round out this brief tour of our financial circumstances, let's have a look at all these routes. Where are our big hitters? So Bexlisk has made me 220k. Yeah, nice. Bexley Oil is doing very nicely. It will do better still, I imagine, once these carts upgrade to trucks. I ought to go and have a look and see if the plants they're operating on have upgraded at some point. Still haven't got a Mikado running on the on the loop, and of course this dialogue got in the way of what would have been quite a nice passing shot of a train. I'll set it up for another one before I leave. Guild work we've only just started. Lisk work we've only just started. Mary Clay, 1.6 million. We have a winner. I'm pretty sure we have a winner. Mary Loft, nowhere near that much. Nest Bex, 206. Rubbish. Okay, there we go. So Mary Clay is bringing home the bacon. Excellent. So, yeah, what should I do next? Well, we're going to finish this second loop. And then do I loop the trains, or do I leave them point to pointing? It's a dilemma. Why is this Guildford now pointing towards Bexley? Is this unexpected? Because we're going to Loftus. What if we went to Bexley? What would that do to life? Because that puts it on the other line. No, I think we swing round and head for Loftus. But I should have perhaps started my swing round before that bit of track there. Anyway, that's what's next. Guildford to Loftus, not cheap. And when I do this, we're going to build it in such a way that Eastwood, which already has its own service running between itself and Bishop's Stortford, we'll do it so that that connect onto there as well, thereby starting the next loop. Pretty thrilling, I think you'll agree. Oh, I promised you a good flyby to finish off. Hold on a sec. How about coming into whatever the heck station this is, Worksop? Right, trackside, let's rock. Okay, what's your problem? You haven't got a path. That's a downer. Oh. And chances are it hasn't got a path because I haven't built it. There we go. Bet you got a path now, haven't you? Yeah, there we go. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. What are we going to do next? Well, I just told you what we're going to do next. We're going to build from Guildford out to Loftus and do it in such a way that we can merge a second loop onto that line as well. So that'll be double tracking from the get-go, which is sure to be a nerve-jangling thrill ride for all involved. Why don't you tune in then? Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already, because you should. And I'll be catching up with you very soon, and I'll be ending this video as soon as this chap pulls into the station. In fact, let's get the low down if we can. Can we get any lower than that? No. Right. Well, let's just move the cursor, angle the camera a little bit. There you go. Finish off with this. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Cheerio.